Before we start, just want to let you guys know we're on week 7 out of 8-week season. So next week will be the finals. We'll be announcing top 5, and we'll also be handing out the awards for top 5,
which we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah, which we will talk about at the end of this stream. How about that? We'll let you in on a little peek of what is to come for awards. Hopefully you guys will like them. Who knows? Otherwise, you're just going to get them. So suck it up.
Yeah, shout out to Tio, by the way.
Yeah, huge shout out to Tio for this one. It's awesome. So let's get right into it, right? So again, top 25 seasonal guild. We started 1 February. We're finishing next week. We'll be covering that next Thursday stream. But right now we got week 7, the week before the end. Let's show the celestial tier.
Wow, that was a beautiful. Holy, what a transition, dude!
What a transition.
Let me get this library music popping, so we're all just in it. Okay, go ahead, brother.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we break this out into 5 tiers from celestial all the way down, and yeah, 5 guilds per tier. It's pretty simple. If you haven't been around, now you know. So, celestial tiers are top 5 guilds in this season. First and foremost, we have Beyblade, god dang it, Babel, the Forest, Golden Arrows, stay in chat, sitting there pretty, and then finally, some movement, we got Wolfblood. So, few things here, guys. First and foremost, Babel, over 100 million guild EXP, absolutely insane. I'm curious what's going to happen now with this guild update to see what the EXP is going to, blow up into. Because at this point, you don't have to worry about, at time on these tasks, right? So you could just have a lot open, and I'm sure this will help a lot of the earlier guilds, but I have a feeling we'll see an explosion of guild EXP even more. So huge shout out to Babel for crushing it. The distance between the Force and Golden Arrows has maintained the same from last week to this week. It's about a 15.6 mil guild EXP lead. So I don't know if we'll see Golden Arrows take over the Force, because they would have to basically double the effort that they're putting in right now to be able to just, not even catch up to them at this point. But yeah. S&C, dead guild, didn't move at all. So what does that mean? 1, congrats to Wolfblood for taking over the 5th place. That's awesome. They've been climbing. So sweet there. Honestly, if they replicate last week's effort that we were covering now, they will easily get 4th place because they earned 8.5 mil from last week. So that's awesome to see. Yeah, that's my takes. What about you, Paisen?
I'm just glad I got onto the Wolfblood train, hype train last week. So Dagon, thank you for correcting my ways. Yeah, they were at the top of Legendary, and they were very close. And then bada bing, we'll see them in Legendary, but Friendly Guild dropped off, right? And Wolfblood overcame them. And yeah, I think it's easy. It's super easy for Wolfblood to take number 4. I think GA is going to hold, of course, and that's that. But obviously, huge shout out to Beyblade. I'm guessing Wars popped, and you guys exploded in EXP. So good on you. Good on you for maintaining number 1 throughout. And Forest is just a bunch of trees. Changed my mind. Yeah, very cool to see this. I'm guessing this is what we're just gonna see till the end for Celestial. Like, you can look in Legendary, which we'll see next. It's Friendly's not that far off, but if Wolfblood maintains what they're doing right now, it's not gonna come easy to knock Wolfblood back down into Legendary. Yeah, I'm stoked to see it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's going to be obvious who the top 3 are. I think 4th place should be easy to tell next week with Wolfblood. I don't know about 5th. 5th is going to be a question mark. We'll see. But that being said, let's move into Legendary already.
Hold on. Dill says Beyblade beat Forest and War 13 mil EXP from that war.
That's a huge explosion.
What Dill is saying. So that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's huge. Okay. So
Kumo, you're trapped here, bro.
moving to the legendary tier. This is our next set of guilds, our 6th through 10th place guilds. If for those who need a little help counting, I got you. Let's go through it down. 1, still friendly, bumped down from 5th to 6th place. Heaven and Hell holding strong. Gorilla Wizards actually coming up and moving 2 places. The Knights Who Say Ye and Friendly 2 both sliding down 1 because Gorilla Wizards have moved up 2. Pretty nice. So still friendly. They earned about 3 mil guilty XP from last week, right? From when we recorded the last data set. And then Gorilla Wizards, of course, like we talked about, moved up 2 points. I think they will overtake Heaven and Hell next week if they replicate the last week's worth of effort. So you have because they earned 6.6 mil from the last time we recorded the data, which is pretty big. We can see Gorilla Wizards climbing to that 7th place position by the end of it. So that's awesome. And of course, bummer to see Yi and Friendly 2 slide down a little, but I think they'll stick around there. I don't think they'll have any problems for the last week.
Okay. Yeah. For one, I almost okay. It's a little feeling, but I almost feel bad for calling Gorilla Wizards a dead guild, because I'm pretty sure the first 3 weeks of this seasonal guild leaderboard, I called them a dead guild.
Yeah, so, look at them now.
Super wrong about that take, but that's how storylines are kind of grown. I do want to say Crazy Fi told me to say that, so don't.
Oh, really? Now go throw me on the bus
if
like
X-Fi
that.
is here, come on, dude, we're homies. Like
immediate ban.
To in chat said, Gorilla Wizards is a dead guild, so if you want to blame someone, but yeah, so still friendly dropped. Again, as I was saying earlier, the EXP difference isn't huge. It's going to be neck and neck with these two. But I think if Wolf stabilizes, they're going to stay in Celestial. But Still Friendly is not far off. And I believe Still Friendly is led by Crash Sunshine, who's not a dead player. So
Still Friendly.
Yeah, Still Friendly. So they're the friendly guild that actually is doing things. So we'll see where they end up. Heaven and Hell, pretty stagnant. Pretty boring this whole season, to be honest with you. I wonder if they're going to come back for season 2, because Easter is going to kick off.
Yep.
But will that really change anything in terms of guilds? Because Easter comes in, everyone's active again, but the guilds who are grinding for not even just our leaderboard, but for the leaderboard in game, they don't take breaks as much as other guilds do that are kind of in limbo, right?
Right.
But so very stagnant. Gorilla Wizards, Crazy Fi, I'm with you. I think if they continue, they can rise up to legendary easily. They can overtake Heaven and Hell. The Knights Who Say Ye, we haven't really seen much growth from them. And Friendly 2, same, kind of on a downward trajectory. Yeah, they've changed places over time in the leaderboard, but nothing to write home about. So, chat, is there any Gorilla Wizards here? Does anyone even know who they are? Anyway, that's all I got for legendary.
Cool. All right, let's move into the next one. I don't know what is happening with the mouse just spamming, but moving over to the epic tier. So this is the next set of guilds. First, we have Murder of the Universe, the Peaceful Crusade, the Titans, the Crimson Offensive, and Babel Bootcamp. All right, let's break this down. First and foremost, Murder of the Universe, I think we could see them move to Legendary. Again, if we, like what I said for the other guilds. By default? Yeah.
Yeah, by default.
Like I said about the other guilds, they got to replicate last week's gain, right? If they do that, they earn 3 mil guilty XP for the last week that we're showing now. Friendly only earned 1 mil. So there's a very, if they do a little bit more than just what they did this time around, we could see them in the legendary tier. I think it's possible. They just got to work hard on it. And Friendly 2 has to not earn
they have to decay.
Much,
They just decay with time. Yeah,
and I think that's a possibility. The Crimson Offensive is continuing their climb. If you guys remember, they came into the top 25. They moved up, 10 positions to get to the 25th place, and they moved up another 9, and now they're moving up another 2. And I think that they could beat out the Titans.
Oh
Look
god.
look at the EXP. It's so close.
Oh god. What about TPC?
Nah, I don't. Well, there's potential. They earned 2.4 mil guild EXP over the past week. So I think there is potential that they could do it, but that would require TPC to not earn their normal about 1 mil that they usually get. So if TPC earns their 1 mil, I don't think Crimson Offensive can beat them unless they really surge for the last week here.
Okay.
And then because Crimson Offensive's coming up, Babel Bootcamp had to drop down to that epic tier, to the last place in the epic tier. So yeah, that's my take.
Okay. First and foremost, Tio in chat says, I thought Rain Factory would be here. Well, they're not far off. And we'll talk more about that in the next bracket. Yep. But for Epic, yeah, interesting. Now, they gained EXP, but we don't really see any changes. It's from what we call decay or just stagnation. So like you said, it's just going to happen. Bootcamp's going to get knocked. Crimson Offensive has just juiced their gills, okay? They are roided out powerlifters, and they will easily take Titans, because Titans has never been one for big moves.
They're PvE guild.
Yeah, they're very they're PvE, and they're very stable with what they do. I think that's why TPC has been safe for so long within Epic. But I think it really depends, and this could be a season 2 thing, but I think with time, we're going to, depending on how many people step up and be more active within the guild community, like the community of guilds within this community game, I think PvE is going to be dropping to Elite. And that's my future hot take. But for now, give credit where credit's due. TPC has held on. The weekly stats showed a different story, but they're still here. They're riding that difference in EXP between them and the Titans. They've maintained this whole season, right? So good on them for that, for the Crusade. And yeah, Murder of the Universe, I think by default, I mean, Friendly 2 doesn't, like you said, doesn't make up for what they've lost. Murder of the Universe might pop into Legendary without even realizing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, we have a contender for Epic right now in the Elite bracket. Right. So next week could be an upset for at least this section of the leaderboard. But yeah, TPC, hold on. You've made it this far this whole season. Do not drop to the Titans, and don't let TCO come out of nowhere and slap you too. But that's all I got.
That'd be wild if they surged real hard at the end there.
Dude, I know. Sentinel, don't let King Cows see next week. Just for his heart health.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the second to last tier, our Elite tier. And this is where we see a lot of movement happening. The bottom 2 tiers are honestly my favorite to look at, because that's where all the movement happens. And it's fun to see it. So, first and foremost, we have Rain Factory leading the charge. Midnight Rain dropping down. The Cult dropping down. Ornate Garden dropping down. And Deli Cute moving up. A lot of PvE focus in this tier, right? Awesome job from Rain Factory. They were able to climb up 3 positions, and if they continue their grind, they could actually take the last position in Epic, because they earned 2.6 mil guild EXP from last time, and Babel Bootcamp only earned, like, I think it was a little less than 0.5 mil, so like 500k, right, in guild EXP. So they could easily take that last position in the Epic tier. That'd be awesome to see. I know a lot of people are rooting for them in our chat, like, all the time.
Oh, heck yeah, brother.
So good job to them. Midnight Rain continues their collapse. They actually did not earn any EXP, so they're just like step and chill. We got 2 dead guilds now on our leaderboard, which is very unfortunate.
Do not forget Cult, dude. 3 dead guilds. Do not rule out Cult for being dead, dude.
They're still earning something.
It's like one dude. It's like one dude on night shift. Like Fred won't let me leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, but I think it's cool. And then Deadly Cute, they've taken over the last position in the elite tier. They've bumped up. So congrats to them. Another PVE guild grinding and making moves. So I think that's awesome to see. Um, yeah. So that's my take.
All right, sweet. Fred over here confirming there's actually just two guys. Amelia, shout to you in Rain Factory. Shout to Toast as well. And everyone else in RF. I'm a huge RF fan. I'm still waiting for my RF jersey, by the way. So if you want to send it our way over here at Couch Cat Enterprise, covering the SimpleMMO CS Challengers or Championship Series, please send us some jerseys. But I would have believed in Rain Factory since they appeared on the leaderboard and sounded cooler than Midnight Rain. I'm a sucker for Rain in a guild name from just past MMOs. And I'm glad Rain Factory is finally busted into the high end of Elite, and it's looking real good for them to go to Epic, unless Alucard says, "Boot camp, you better wake up," you know. But good to see them rise. Midnight Rain is a dead guild. James, the leader, I don't know who just leaves their guild and says because they're. What were you saying? You're like outpacing them in levels or something? I don't understand that logic. But it's just Graven over there, and he's a Romanian vampire, so there's nothing for them to do but burn. And Colt dead. Ornate Garden, sad to see. Another favorite. When they first popped up into Rare, they had a huge push.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of stalling out. Same. I said the same thing about Deadly Cute, and Deadly Cute actually gained a position.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it doesn't look like it's by default. So, yeah, Elite's looking a little funky. It's like again a revolving door here. Midnight Rain was on its way down, and once we get Midnight Rain and Cult out, and hopefully not OG, but we'll see who's really moving for season 2. Because I mean, I'm thinking Rain Factory is going to go up to Epic, and then these dudes will probably maintain. Maybe Deadly Q gets a position. The EXP difference here is minimal. They just need someone active to hop in, which we'll see in Rare. We'll see in the top portion of Rare. The discrepancy between that and Elite is, again, it's minimal. So very interesting. I can't really call Elite right now. I just know Rain Factory for the win. All right, that's my take.
Dude, this is probably the closest tier we have, and it's awesome. Like, yeah. First and foremost, I'm reading chat to all the people who are hating on Babel. I think you guys are just salty that you're not number 1. I'll throw it out there. Hot take.
Oh my god, hot take. They might cry about gold, but they sure know how to grind, brother.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Like they're on top. They're dominated. Yeah.
No hate for Beyblade in their strategy and in their growth. But
yeah. Yeah, I actually enjoyed the Elite tier the most because there's so much movement. I think it's awesome. But let's move on to the last one. The old Rare tier.
Is that true? Is Hadu in Rain Factory? They might be doomed. Because Hadu's a heathen.
Yeah.
Crazy Fi tiptoeing the line.
I'll call it the haters. It's I can call them out because I'm in a retirement guild. I have nothing to lose.
Yeah, so, we're not in the game. We're just here observing the game.
Yeah. We're on the sidelines sipping beer
just
and
wait,
wine,
though.
you know?
Wait till we have the retirement leaderboard where it's us and Midnight Rain.
Ooh, yeah. And S&C.
Yeah, and S&C. We'll be neck and neck. And probably a friendly guild, out of the 50 they have. So
yeah. All right. Last tier. We have the Russian Guild, the Solid Step, Fairy Tale, Friendly, and Knights of the Internet. Props to the Russian Guild. Prostor, I think I'm probably really butchering that name, so forgive me. But awesome job. The guild leader actually addressed the translation
we went over
again.
That last time.
It's another translation I don't want to butcher it. Just check out the YouTube comment from the last video, and you'll see what it translates to.
It
Probably
means
from his
cupcake. All right.
No, it does not.
It's a cupcake.
We're
guild
going to
in
get another
disguise.
comment. Anyways,
I'll ban it. I don't care. It's a cupcake.
So props to them and Fairy Tail for climbing. They're still trying to grind their way, to some existence. There is potential that they could take over the last position in the elite tier. I mean, Deadly Cute is a PvE guild, and they are not, so they have a better chance of gaining PvP. So I think I think there could be a fight there, which would be interesting. Fairy Tail, they were on the verge of getting knocked down from the top 25. They were in the 25th position, and look at them now. They saw that maybe, hopefully, and we're like, nah, not happening today.
Yeah.
Screw Friendly and Koi. So they climbed above their dead bodies.
Which, can you imagine at the height of our active playstyle as a guild, right? As Couch Cat was growing up.
Yep.
Koi was just like untouchable.
Yep.
And Friendly was just mega. Like just mega huge. But like in this leaderboard, it's just like you're just watching like the ghost of a former guild just collapse. So, like Koi, not to overtake your take, but like Koi, we've been watching them and Friendly, just their body just kind of like drag through the gutter. Or snakes, like was it Shoots and Ladders actually, like just falling down the freaking
yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Honestly, there could be I say this, but I already know the answer. There could be, actually I don't anymore, so I'll say it. There could be a chance that Koi or Friendly get knocked out of the top 25 in the last week. Originally, I would say that's a far-fetched idea because I've seen the 26th, 27th place, and there's a difference there, and there's not much of a grind. However, if those guilds are semi-active of some sorts and have at least
on
a
accident
couple raids, because of the new update, that could change things. There could be a risk to them dropping out of the top 25 this time.
Yeah. We've had
because of the new update.
We've had OG, we've had Midnight Rain. We've had these giant leaps from outside of our purview. Let's just crash into our leaderboard and ruin everything. So I think your take there, Crazy 5, makes sense. Like it literally could happen. And we just need these dead bodies off the board. You know what I mean? Yeah, so with you, Russian Cupcakes climbing 2 spots, good for them. Solid Step, not moving. They've kind of been in this position for a while now within Rare. Fairy Tail just surprises me. Every time I make fun of Fairy Tail, I'm like, they're dead, but then they're not. I just don't understand. Like, can you guys decide if you're dead or not? Like one of these anime guilds that someone was calling out earlier. But Rare is as much as a revolving door as Elite, and I think that's what's make it fun. That is what makes it fun, and I'm excited. If for the last week there's an upset where someone comes out of nowhere and just like blasts through Rare and ruins everything and knocks Koi and Friendly out, I think that would be that'd be a cool way to end it. That
would be wild.
We're not getting anything celestial. Like Beyblade is set, Forest is set, GA is set, Wolfblood might be 4th, but they're definitely celestial. Still Friendly up in the air, but I think our biggest movement's gonna be in the bottom 2 brackets.
For sure.
But maybe we see Cupcakes pushing into Elite because they're literally just a couple thousand behind Deadly Cute. So it's really who's going to finish strong here. We don't know. But for those of you on YouTube, because we do splice this out of the stream and put it as its own video, that is the end of the seasonal guild leaderboard.
Hold on.
Hold on. That is the overview. But if you don't tune into the VOD, you're going to miss the takes and discussion afterward. You see what I'm doing here?
Okay.
I'm trying to loop them back. The VOD watchers, I'm trying to loop you back in.
But that will be it. With a little carrot. I see it.
That'll be it for the YouTubers who only watch that segment.